What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Spill the Beans podcast.
Happy end of the year, guys.
Oh my
You're
God.
watching this and we have 1 day.
I think it's one.
1 day left till January 1st, 2023.
Yeah.
Holy shit, babe.
Hopefully you guys like this or enjoyed, not liked, obviously you didn't like, but you enjoyed this little bye week you had without us. You had a Merry Christmas Eve, and that you guys had fun, and it was, screw the gifts. Hopefully you were surrounded by loved ones. Everyone was good and healthy in your family, because that's the greatest gift is health,
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm glad I'm realizing that at the short age of 24, because a lot of people are like 50 or 40 and they're like, man, if I would have taken care of myself more. And I'm glad that we have realized that now. So, yeah.
Honestly, I feel like we talk about this a lot because we're parents, but after we became parents, I think that's when reality set in, and we're like, we have to take care of ourselves, not only for us, but to be healthy enough for our grandkids to have healthy grandparents,
Or it's just comes out of nowhere, well, not out of nowhere. Like if you eat chips every day and eat fast food, then you're like, why did I get diabetes? But we're not when I had my little incident that I told you guys and that I was pre-diabetic, I was like, oh shit, I'm not special. I can get whatever everyone else gets. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. Are you doing weather today, babe?
Should I do weather?
Just do Denver,
I was gonna do
Phoenix, and LA.
What was I gonna do? I was just gonna do I wanted to switch it up because weather every week. Okay, no, I wanted to do remember I used to do my fun facts.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to do fun facts, or I wanted to do motivation at the beginning.
Okay.
Because a lot of people their commute to work or school isn't as long, so they can't wait for the motivation at the end. Maybe
Yeah. Wait, I think I'm not, but in the last podcast I look almost identical because I'm wearing a black hoodie, but I don't think it's the same one. I think it's a hoodie.
It probably is, babe.
Oh my God. Wait.
But it's been 2 weeks, so you did laundry, Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry if you think I look like a retrato, but I have a washing machine.
I think that's just a girl thing. I mean, our audience is obviously majority girls.
Yeah.
But I've never looked at someone's like, oh, they just wore that again.
I know, but I'm saying because it was literally our last podcast, so I feel like the thumbnails are going to look similar.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm wearing the same shit.
Wait, I think
no,
you
I'm not wearing this, but it's the same gray.
Oh, no. Yeah, you are wearing the same gray. And blue sweats.
No way.
But you're wearing light blue sweats.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, guys. I'll try to make the thumbnail different.
Yeah, guys. Anyways, yeah, should I just start it with some motivation?
Yeah.
Hype, because it's the end of the year.
Yeah, it's a special episode.
Yeah, it's a special one.
Okay,
because I've had this for a while because this happened to us the other day.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't, because you know how you sometimes go about life and you don't even realize that some things happen,
Yeah.
So I see everything. So, okay, guys, the other day, Blanca and I, we were Christmas shopping not too long ago, about 3 days ago, and we went to the mall. And I'm kind of I'm always on a diet, but I get these super strict, right? So I was starving and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get bad food. So, but I really was craving a pretzel, the pepperoni pretzels, because I freaking love those. So instead of getting one for myself, I was like, please share one with me. So it's at half the calories, So then, but Blanca was holding Franco, or you were holding the smoothie, so you couldn't cut it by yourself. So I was feeding it to you. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, you're going to think this is so dumb, but just wait for my message, I was giving you the pieces with pepperoni and dipped in cheese and then give them to you. And como que I noticed, you didn't say nothing, but I noticed that you were kind of you know me better than this. I don't like pepperoni. You're not a big fan of meat, but that to me, the pepperoni, because if you guys don't know, these pretzels only have 5 pieces of pepperoni. Mm-hmm. So that to me is the best part. So here comes my motivation.
Oh, babe.
You right now, guys, in life, you might be giving it your best to a partner, to a friend, to your family. Your family might especially if you're Mexican and you're listening to this, it's you're not good enough. But it's you're good enough is good enough for someone else or for yourself, and you are doing the best. And just because it doesn't seem like it to them or to your job or to your parents or to your boyfriend, it doesn't mean it's not the best. You know what I mean? Because I was giving you the best pieces in my head, in my eyes, because I was like, shit, pepperoni is my favorite, But because I love you so much, I was giving you the best pieces. I don't know if you noticed.
I
But
did notice.
but in your head, it's not the best because you don't like pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
So then it hit me. I was like, wow, like how many people are not like giving them their genuine best in a relationship, but it's the way either it's their love language, or how many people are not like bringing the best grades to their strict Mexican parents,
But it's their best.
but it's not to their best because some parents don't even care about grades. They care about you coming home early. Like me, like I would bring my parents straight A's, but because I would come home at 10 instead of 8, they would still yell at me, you know? So my motivation this week, guys, is that your best or the hardest you're trying is the best. It just not might be the best for the scenario you're in.
Wow,
Okay.
babe, that was really good.
I got that from eating a pretzel. So
At
There
the
you
mall,
have it.
at the busy mall, a day before Christmas Eve.
yeah.
Oh, that's cute, babe.
Because I know
that.
like what we said, 97% of this audience are girls, and you know a lot of you guys are in toxic relationships, and you're like, I don't know what this guy wants from me. Like I do all this for him, this and that. Maybe you're a wife with kids, you're like, I cook, I clean, and he still treats me like shit, and like that is the best, you know.
Yeah.
It's just they're weird like that, or they're just a different language, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, it's not as drastic, but it ties into love languages because it's like we said, always at the beginning of the relationship, I was loving you in the way I wanted to be loved, and you were loving me in the way you wanted to be loved. So that miscommunication there was like, oh, we're in the wrong relationship, or this is too toxic, or you're not appreciating what I'm doing. So I feel like that's just with everything. Sometimes you don't have to change yourself, but maybe you have to change the way that you're approaching a situation just for the better, to know the better.
Yeah.
Like end of things, because I feel like you're really good at like putting yourself in other people's shoes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not. Like sometimes I'm just like, girl, like I'm just like you say, I'm just living life and I don't even notice things happening. But I think you're very good at that. So I'm glad that at least you can tell me all of this so you can open my eyes.
Yeah, guys. But in today's episode, wait, before we start, I want like hopefully you're having a good day. You know, you're on your way to work or school. No school, right?
No, I think everyone's
Everyone's out on your way to work, because I know a lot of you guys don't get this little gap between Christmas and New Year's off. So, échenle ganas. Thank you so much. Special shout out if we have any like first responders listening to this. I feel honored that you guys are listening to us, you know, on your free time, because I know you're very busy, and like you literally don't have a break. Like on Christmas Day, everything shuts down. Like everything, Walmart, King Supers, everything was closed. But you can bet your ass that like there's still cops around. There's still firefighters. Like that's why, like, man, I don't know. Like, defund the police? That's so fucking stupid.
I know.
That's the stupidest thing someone could say. Like, there's genuine people out there, and yeah, one cop might ruin it for everyone else, you know, but like, you guys are amazing, and if you have like a cop or firefighter, nurse, doctor in your family, like really show them appreciation during this time, because, you know.
I saw a TikTok that's like when you had to work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and you're like at Christmas and they're like knocked out on the couch. Like that's so fucking sad. Or even like all the nurses or doctors that can't spend spend Christmas with their family. That is so.
Or like I was
sad.
thinking about like the first shift, like the first year police officers, like, you know, the ones don't have any seniority or anything like that. You know, they get like fucking from 4 to 4 in the morning on Christmas Day, you know, or Eve. It's like they don't get to pick or choose, but they're out here doing it to keep us safe, you know?
That's amazing. All the sacrifices that other people do for.
And not just first responders. Like if you work, like Blanca's like, can you go get me something from Walgreens on Christmas Day? If you guys follow me on my story, you know I took chai, and that was that Instagram story. But like they were working, you know. So shout out to all the Walgreens employees.
Shout out to everyone. I think like McDonald's, Jack in the Box, and stuff like that were open too, right?
Yeah.
We saw it yesterday on our way to Noemi's. I don't know, man. Like I feel like that is so sad. Wait, why?
I don't know. I guess there's not as many people as you think that spend it like as a family together. There's so many people that spend it either alone or simply just don't celebrate it, you know. Because when we were on our way to Luis and Noemi yesterday, I was like, look how packed McDonald's is on Christmas Day. You know?
That's true. So maybe they just don't celebrate it or something.
Or they're just alone. There's a lot of people that are alone, you know?
That's so sad.
But yeah, guys, I think today's podcast is just gonna be essentially like a little recap at the beginning of like our year with you guys and with us, and then obviously like what we look forward to in 2023, because we got some big things, some exciting things. So let's get right into it.
I cannot believe that it's 2023 already.
Yeah.
And the fact that Franco's already going to be one, like we survived this whole year with a baby. And you know what? One of my like top like accomplishments I would say is like being, I don't know, like still traveling and like
Yeah.
still having a baby, you know? Because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people sacrifice so much for babies, obviously. Like, first of all, a lot of women don't have their partners home. A lot of women or a lot of people in general don't have time to like travel, to take time off unless
Yeah.
they ask for paid time off. So I'm like, that I could not have felt more blessed this year to not only have you but like my family and like all my support system, my village I like to call them. But yeah, guys, I think I was super blessed, and that is one of like the best things is that we traveled so much. Because I was thinking about all the trips we went on, and only 2 of them I think were without Franco, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, like we really did that. That was crazy. Like traveling with the newborn.
But
and
he's
then,
also like props to him.
yeah, true.
You know, he's like, we wouldn't have done it without him being such a good baby. You know,
Yeah, that's
because
true.
I feel like a la primera, what was it when we went to El Paso with him? If he would have freaked out or just been those kids, you know,
I would have had anxiety.
then we wouldn't have probably traveled again with him. We would have, because we wouldn't have gone to like half the things we went to because you just don't go without your kid to some of
No,
these
and
things,
you
know?
get scared. Like I feel like if I would have had a really bad first experience, I'd be done for the rest of the time, you know. So that was freaking crazy. I think thinking about the fact that we're done with 2022 and like we have a whole ass baby, like we moved, all the shit we did, man.
Like we're closer to 2030 than we are to like when we were born now, you know? That's sad.
That's so sad.
But it's cool.
It's a vibe, I guess. What would you say is one of your top accomplishments, babe?
I would say, I don't know. Probably like, yeah, like having such a like a happy, laughing baby.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, yeah, that's how he is, but at the end of the day, it has to do a lot with how we are, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like they're little sponges, and if he would have felt us like stressed, panicked, anxious all the time, he would have been like that, or he would be like that, you know? But he's not. Like he's adventurous. He's not scared to fall from the couch, even though he knows what falling is, but he'll do it because he's that kid, you know? So that's what I'm happy for, because if he's already showing signs of like wanting to try everything and do everything, then I can't wait for him to be how he is going to be like at 5'10" and etc., you know?
What would you say is one of your accomplishments personally without having a baby?
Without having,
Like outside of being a dad?
It's hard. I guess I don't really like to talk about materialistic things as like accomplishments, but you know, we moved every year. I feel like we move into a bigger house, which is an accomplishment, especially because you guys know, you know, we started this podcast in our little like 600-foot apartment with one Yeti microphone in the middle of us, like all shitty. And so now that you guys see us like in this house, no es para presumir or like to show off, but it's like, it is an accomplishment, you know, that we're in a bigger place every year. And then like, obviously like our cars, but I don't mean it, our cars in like the Jeep, like as in like, oh, I have, you know, it's that I could give myself something that I've always wanted, which is a lifted Jeep, you know? So whether that be I wanted a Camry, whether that be I wanted a laptop, like I got something that I've really wanted, you know?
Yeah. I think something that you accomplished this year personally is you're taking your health serious. I say like you started going to the dentist, like getting your teeth cleaned. You realized that there was a problem with your hormones and you got that checked. You're like working on that. I feel like you started being more, you started listening to your body more this year, which is freaking crazy. Cause I know like years back, I would have not gotten you to go to the doctor or to the dentist. So I feel like that was something that you did on your own, which was really good.
But I mean, that ties to Franco, you know?
Oh, because of him?
Yeah. I
That's
feel like
true.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got tattoos this year.
Damn, you went hard on that.
Hard?
Yeah, like
feel
you went
like
from
I'm
0 to 100.
I feel like I'm still naked though.
Oh my goodness.
Like I still
no.
have a whole right side untatted.
I thought you're not gonna tat your right side.
Yeah, my legs.
Damn.
I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna get my whole body tatted.
Except your face, please.
So when I wear like a suit, like to a wedding, you don't know I have tats. But like,
But I do.
like for the summer, I'll be tatted.
Dang. Okay.
Who knows?
That's a
Maybe I
vibe.
don't know. You, babe, what do you think outside of Franco? Outside of being such a good mom.
I don't know. What was my biggest accomplishment this year?
I would say like taking care of everyone around you. Like you're so good at that.
Really?
Financially, emotionally, everything. Like your family, like you have no limit. Like if you know them and you know they're your family, by like even a drop of blood, like you help them out, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, our biggest accomplishment together was to go to Mexico.
Oh yeah, that was
I forgot.
fucking
That was
crazy.
crazy. I
Like,
still forget that we did
Me
that.
too. And right now, when I was talking to my mom, I was talking about a memory I have of being in Mexico this year. And I was like, holy shit, like I did that, you know, like I
Yeah.
was there. Like I have a memory with all my family in Mexico that I'm talking about. That's
Mhm.
fucking crazy, girl.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is so cool.
I
think
never
that was
thought that you would like go to my ranchito, you know?
or that it would be this soon. Like I thought, todavía falta mucho. And that we went with our son. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my god, that was I think this year was like it kind of like turned our life around. Wouldn't you say? Like I feel like okay, yeah, having a baby is life changing in itself, but like having a baby and then taking that as like, oh my god, I have to change all of this within me and like I
Yeah.
have to be healthy in my mind, my body, like everything. I think that's kind of the biggest change because I don't know, like I watched videos of us before Franco and I just do not see like the genuine happiness that we have now, you know, that we're
Yeah.
just like happy to live. Y antes, I feel like every little inconvenience would be like, oh, fuck this life, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like,
yeah,
now,
that happiness to live.
yeah, and now we're just like happy to be alive at 7:30 in the morning
Yeah.
every day, you know?
Or coming home. Like I know that when I've been going to the gym super early, guys, but by the time I come home, he still like manages to be up.
Yeah.
And like I already know like when I walk through the door, he's gonna be smiling and laughing at me over this little couch because he sees to the door. So like that to me is like, you know, the biggest sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. Having a baby.
Or that it changed.
And what about our relationship wise?
I would say like accomplishment in our
Mhm.
relationship. I think going to Mexico, like I said, that was a big step
No, like in our relationship, babe, not event wise.
in our relationship.
Yeah. You're like nothing.
No, I would say like I guess we like communicate better, or we've learned to. Yeah.
I would say that's our biggest accomplishment too.
Yeah.
Communication skills.
Yeah. I don't. You know what I was thinking the other day? No, well, not thinking. I'm not gonna give myself credit. I saw a TikTok, but I'm meaning to tell you this. It's like they say, "Oh, communication is key." Blah 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 blah. I think that's bullshit. So I've thought about this, and then I saw the TikTok, and the TikTok helped me put it into words. Because every time I hear communication is key, like I think that's cringe, you know? Because it's like we don't communicate, like, or we didn't, and I think we've worked it out. Because I think like, how do you feel? Like
Yeah.
I feel sad when I think that's cringe. But now that we're starting to do it better in our own way, I think communication is not the solution. I think compassion is. What's the point of us communicating, telling you that what I feel, what you feel, and if we're just gonna talk about it, y ahí se quedó.
Yeah.
I feel like the true solution solver or whatever is compassion. Like if de que me sirve que te diga I'm sad because you yelled at me, if you're just gonna like compassion would be like, you know, okay, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna stop yelling at you for this, just don't do it again or something like that. Just showing compassion, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that because if you don't have that, then you just communicate and what?
Yeah.
Leave it
like
up
I
in the
feel
air.
like what we a little bit of an accomplishment is that after Franco, we've talked about this, like you're more butthurt, and and then you would communicate that to me, but I was like in my head I'm like I don't really see it bad, like I'm not like calling you names, I'm not like, I'm just teasing you and it's making you butthurt, it's funny, and I wouldn't show compassion. And now recently I've shown compassion. I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day it's not my fucking life, and if it really bothers her, then so be it. Like I need to change, and I need to stop like the things that are like being not butthurtish, like they are to her. So I don't like, doesn't freaking matter what I think, like it bothers her.
Yeah.
So then I started showing compassion. I was like, I know it's silly, and I know that I called her something so silly, and but like, you know,
Yeah.
I showed compassion.
And I think the reason that you felt that way is because, like I always say, you didn't change in a way when you became a dad. You know, like your hormones, your body, like Franco doesn't depend on you to be alive in a sense. Like feeding him and like, I there's even this thing that I remember when I first started breastfeeding, that when he fed from my right breast, even now I like it's better, but when he would feed from my right breast, I would like, it would trigger a sad, like a really sad feeling, like depressed. Like as soon as he latched, I would get super sad, like wanted to cry. I hated my life. And then he would feed on this one, and then he was fine. So then I remember like I did research, and it's like, oh, like that's something that happens. Like it triggers your mind, and it's like a hormone that releases that you're like really, really sad. Yeah. So then I feel like since you didn't go through any changes, like you're like, why is she so different now? Because you obviously, you're like, she used to not get butthurt over this, but now like I'm really, really, I would say like 100 times more sensitive and emotional than I used to be. Like now everything makes me like emotional, like sad, stressed. So I'm glad that you're showing compassion.
Yeah, but maybe you can show some too.
Even though it took a lot of communicating to get there.
But like communicating was pointless until
you showed compassion.
Until you said something like, "You just don't know how I like feel." Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it also helped. It helped hanging out with the Gabbies a lot, because I remember the relationship Gabby and Gabe have right now. I feel like it was me and you before Franco, in the sense of like how they talk, because Gabe is very sweet to Gabby, but a veces see like their language flips, and Gabe will be very like, this is their language, so they're fine with how they speak. I'm not like judging anything. Yeah. But sometimes he can, like, I'll be like, ay, wait, like, you know, be like, ay, pinche Gabby, like, no te dije. But then Gabby will return it. But then sometimes Gabby won't, and Gabby will be like, ay, sí, amor, perdón, es que se me, you know, and I'll be like, you know what, like, that's how. Sometimes I would talk to Blanca like that before Franco. I would be like, babe, don't, and she would like sincerely like apologize or just not yell back at me. But now, like, I was like, now I get taken back by it. And then that's when I was like, damn, something did change, you know, because she used to be like this, and then now she's not. And the only thing we can contribute to is like, you know, your hormones. Yeah. So I was like, you know, well, there's things that happen when you have a baby that like are just not unexplainable. Like, why would sucking your left titty cause, you know, and we just don't know. It's just,
exactly.
But it happens,
That's
you know?
Fucking crazy. Like I remember being so like depressed, and then he's done, and then I'm like, fine. I'm like, what the hell, girl? I had to research that and really read into it, because that was really scary. But yeah, I think that's one of our biggest accomplishments for sure, is communication. Because I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people say that marriage is hard, and like in a sense like it is, and it can be, but I feel like sometimes people just make it so much harder, and it's just it's really bad to, like with communication skills, because I feel like there's so many toxic Hispanic marriages because of that, you know? Yeah. Because there's like the wife could be communicating all she wants and telling him over and over and over, like, I don't like that you do this. But if the guy, or like vice versa, if you don't show compassion, if you don't understand, if you don't want to change, then like what's the point of communicating? So you're right, in a way, communication isn't really key. It's showing compassion for each other. Damn, that was deep, babe.
Yeah, I'm on a roll today. I think I'm letting out everything from like the year. Yeah. Because I want to go into 2023 like fresh, you know. Because when we transition into what we want to do, I think it's going to be like a nice fresh beginning, you know. Yeah. And even though I told you this the other day, I was like, I don't want it to wait till 2023. Like, the days are the days. If you think about it, like, remove the calendar, the day right now and in 30 days is the same day, you know. But I don't know why we wait, you know, to lose weight the first of the year. We wait to wake up early the first of the year, you know. I was like, I started 4 days ago, and I'm gonna keep it going. You know? I don't care if it's in the middle of the holidays. Like,
that's true. Well, the holidays are kind of over in a way, unless you take New Year's really serious.
I feel like this whole between Christmas and New Year's is just like a blur. Like, kind of like you get to do whatever the frick you want.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people are out of office too. Like, a lot of people have the break. Yeah. So it's like, what do you do with your life?
Especially in Colorado, because right now it snowed a lot. Yeah. So even like the guys that would work, like construction, landscaping, they can't anyways, you know, because it's snowed out or freezing. So they also have like this whole time off.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. People get breaks
Yeah.
because you need them. And I think now you go into the year recharged. I'm excited for the new year. I'm not really excited that Franco's turning 1. Like, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah. I think every year is going to get like harder, but more rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going to get harder physically. It's going to get harder emotionally. Maybe like at 1.5, he starts like not like right now. Sometimes we annoy him and he doesn't want to come with us.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like at 1 and like 8 months or 9, they truly express like, no, I don't fucking like you. You know,
Yeah.
you didn't give me my blueberries. I hate you.
Yeah.
And then 3 years old, 5 years old, I've seen like the TikTok where like the kid didn't get a toy and like, I hate you. Like, I hate you.
I'm not ready for that.
You know? So, but it's more rewarding when they lift up their little their little teen, what is that called? Peeny weeny trophies for like soccer or football.
Oh, that's
Like
gonna
it
be
becomes
so
more
cute.
rewarding, but more challenging.
Yeah.
And then like when they're like 15 or like 16, when they're like doing drugs and drinking and but they're also like honors students or like, you know what I mean? So it's like more harder, but more rewarding. That's what I keep saying.
I agree. I feel like this first year of life was crazy, but in a sense, I do feel like it was the easiest in a way because we
Yeah.
could still control so much of his life. And I think now going into 1 and like he starts walking and he starts getting these like bigger feelings and then he starts throwing tantrums. Like I'm so scared for that, but I'm also like, okay, I have to be prepared because I see a lot of TikToks and I'm like, now I can like see what I'm going to take. You know,
Yeah.
like I take advice and then I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that. So I'm a little bit scared for that, girl. Imagine next year when we're doing this podcast and it's going to be 2024. He's going to be 2.
Yeah. But I'm glad like how my body is reacting to him growing. Like I'm not trying to be more patient or more understanding, like trying. It's like coming naturally, which I like. Like I was like, oh, when he starts throwing tantrums, like I'm going to get stressed, you know? But now he does it because he's starting to like throw himself back.
Like he's
and,
starting
like,
to get mad.
but
like show
I
emotions.
laugh. Like I start laughing.
Yeah.
Like this is so freaking funny
Yeah.
because his little emotions are like bursting. And to me, it's funny, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that even though it's fucked up that I'm laughing at him being mad or sad,
It's
no,
better
mad.
than you getting mad.
It's better than me being like, what the fuck are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that my body's reacting it to like, it's not a big deal, you know? Like one day he'll get over it.
Yeah. I know. Like everyone's like saying, oh, when they're 2, like they turn into monsters. But it's like, what do you expect a little 2-year-old to have this huge feeling that he's never felt before and that he's throwing a tantrum? Like you have to be more understanding and compassionate than being like, why are you doing that in the store? Let's fucking go. You know?
Yeah.
That's going to be so scary.
But like, I look forward to like breaking those chains of like
Yeah.
generation. Like I saw the one, oh my God, that shit. I've never been like put like deja vu or like thrown back into the past. Like this TikTok I just saw, it's like the mom is recreating, like she's acting as the little girl and the mom. And the mom's like, what's 5 + 3? The girl's like, I don't know, it's 6. Where'd you fucking get 6 from? Where'd you get 6 from? Where'd you get 6? And the girl's like, I don't know. And it's like, I remember, I think that's one of the core memories I have. It's me and my mom. We're in the trailer park in Boulder and we're doing math and she's doing something and I don't understand. I've never been good at math when I was little. And she's saying that like exactly like that woman, like, ¿de dónde agarraste? Like, ¿de dónde lo agarraste? Like, when I would say a number.
Yeah.
Because I would just guess. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't understand math like that back then. Like, so I would guess things. And she'd be like, ¿de dónde agarraste? Si este. And I didn't know. Like, math to me was like, I don't know. Like, my brain just didn't comprehend math. So it took me back. And I was like, wow, I can't wait for Franco. I even do it with your sisters now. You know, I'm patient. I show them fractions and stuff. But then, yeah, I was like, I can't wait till Franco does math and I'll be patient.
When you're
Yeah.
like, what's 5 + 3? He's like, 2. What are you going to say?
I'll be like, no, look, you do. Because I remember I had this little toy, you know, with the beads where you roll them across.
Yeah.
That helped me a lot. After my mom bought that, like 5 years later after that, I
After all the
remember,
trauma.
I think my grandma brought it to me from Mexico. I remember I was a visual learner. And it goes back to love languages. Like, there's also learning languages. Like, guys, I cannot learn through hearing to save my life. That's why that's why I actually went to Skyline, because my school was a STEM program school. If you guys don't know what that means, it's science, technology, engineering, and math. And I remember engineering and technology was very hands-on, and I would always do so good in those classes. But like all my other ones, like algebra and English, where it's just hearing, like I cannot, like I just start to see things and think about things. So when people read like numbers to me, remember like numbers, I don't know, like when you're giving me a phone number,
Oh yeah.
or when people, when I would work at what job was it? Like I would have to type something, and I'll be like, wait, and they're saying it slow. They're like S-T. I'll be like, no, wait, what you say again? You know, and I just can't, like. So that's another thing. Like, what's Franco's learning language? If it's gonna be hands-on, visual, you know?
I think that our generation is gonna be really good parents in a sense that we know all of this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, okay, when he's learning and like bringing home homework, we're gonna be like, okay, well, at least we know how he learns, so we already have the tools to teach him the way that he learns. As for our parents, they did not. They were just like, why don't you understand this? You know. And in the love language too, it's like, what if his love language is like physical touch? He comes home, he wants a hug, but he comes home and we're like, oh, how was school? But he's like, what the hell? Like, you didn't give me a hug. You know. So I think that hopefully our generation is going to be really, really good parents in a sense that we know that there's trauma that we're trying to avoid. Because I feel like maybe we can't avoid all of it, but the best we can do is going to be enough.
Yeah. I can't wait for like Franco's generation. I feel like that's going to be the golden one.
Yeah.
Like just kids full of like, hopefully, obviously there's still going to be those oddballs, but coming from like the boomers, getting out of World War II, having to work since they're 12, and then like reproducing and then buying houses at like, and then dying in war, to like kids that are like understood and loved, you know, like I'm excited. Like I can't imagine what Franco's grandkids will accomplish because they were raised by love and like understanding languages and like physical, you know, which is going to be super dope.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think if we take care of ourselves, we can maybe see Franco's grandkids one day.
Franco's grandkids? Yeah, we will be able to, right?
Well, I'm trying to think like...
Is that my grandma? And your grandma? Your grandkids?
Yeah, huh?
No. Wait, no. Your grandkids? Grandkids?
No, it is. My grandma. Our grandmas. Because you're your mom's. So Franco is... So
you mean
Franco's your mom.
Kids,
and then Franco's kid is us. And then their grandkids is Franco. Does that make sense? Whoa. So Franco and my grandma is what I'm trying to explain.
Oh, that's
I
what
hope
you're
I
trying
see
to see.
Franco's kids.
So you hope you see Franco's kids.
Yeah.
You know, Franco's kids.
Kids. Oh yeah, so no one, I guess.
Because I don't think we'll be able to see his grandkids.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you hope that we will?
Hopefully.
That's a long ass time to be alive.
I think I'll be accomplishable.
Yeah. All right. What are your goals for 2023, babe?
Damn, babe.
You know what I was going to tell you, though? I saw this TikTok today.
Okay.
It said the 7 things that you should never say out loud.
What?
It's like the things that you're trying to accomplish.
Why?
Because usually it is...
It's bad luck?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's bad luck, but it's like kind of bad luck. It's like sometimes when you voice things, you end up not doing them.
Well, there goes the podcast.
I know. That's what because I was thinking, I was like,
but like, I see it the other way. Like, if I tell them, I have a pressure to accomplish that because I told them.
Okay.
But right now, if I'm hiding it, I'm like, pues no le dije a nadie.
Okay, do it. But you have yourself.
You have enough integrity.
Okay, tell them, then. What are your goals?
Well, do you want to do it or not? Because I don't want to jinx it. Maybe since I don't believe in it, I can say mine if you don't feel comfortable saying yours.
Well, I feel like I've never really believed in it.
Do the ones that are like maybe not so like deep.
Okay, go then.
Okay. My first accomplishment, guys, that I want to do. No, my first goal that I want to do in 2023, guys, is obviously, okay, it's going to be like a tree. So the tree and then the branches. The tree is to be healthier. Obviously, that entails losing a lot of weight, building muscle, being more flexible. I want to be flexible. Endurance. And with that here comes the branches, guys. We've lived in Colorado for 24 years. And not once, besides the little hills here in our town, when it snows, when we're little, have we gone snowboarding or skiing. It's like, someone in Florida, I know Lily for a fact, hasn't gone surfing. but I'm sure they spend more time at the beach than we do at the mountains. So it's quite embarrassing when people are like, what snow boots do you recommend, or what mountain do you like to go to? I'm like, well, I don't. I wear Crocs in the snow, So then I was like, no, it's going to be my goal this year to learn how to ski and snowboard.
Period. That's one of my goals too, because because I think in a sense, I'm going to support you and I want to go with you. And I feel like this would be a great bonding experience and something fun and like funny to watch us like learn. But I was telling them, so when we went to Winter Park, we were supposed to go skiing or snowboarding one of the days. And we ended up getting there like 15 minutes before they closed. And I remember like Jonathan was really sad and upset. So I was like, whatever. We still went and like started seeing people coming down the mountain. And you guys know how many people there were with their kids, like tiny little kids snowboarding.
Like the balance you need to do that.
It was unreal. Like I was like, it was embarrassing because I was like, this little like 5-year-old knows how to snowboard and come out down this huge ass mountain, and I don't. Like that's so embarrassing. So I was like, obviously, like our parents didn't grow up like, the mountains. Our parents didn't grow up thinking like snowboarding. And I feel like in a sense, they probably said like, it's probably expensive, or like you wouldn't know where to go.
Don't know.
Yeah,
being in Durango, like how do you expect them to like shred the mountains?
So that's what I was. So I feel like when I saw that, I drilled it in my brain. I was like, I want Franco to have this. Like, I want him to be the type that, what are you doing for Christmas break? Oh, my parents are taking me to Vail. Like, we're going to go snowboard.
Yeah.
Like I want that to be so normal to him, Like, I don't want him to be like, well, have you ever been snowboarding? Oh, no. Like, my parents, Like, I want him to do that. So that's why, in a way, I want to bond with you. But in another way, like, I want to have that for Franco, too. So I feel like whatever we do for ourselves, like, it will go to Franco too. Like you said, we were talking the other day that he wants to start. Well, actually, go and then I'll talk.
No, that's what I was gonna tell you. That like when you saw those little kids coming down the mountain, you see like your immediate thought was like, how embarrassing. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
My immediate thought is like, wow, like the core, not only the memories these kids are getting like snowboarding with their parents, but wow, like they're setting them up for success. And it's not just like, they know how to how are they going to apply that to the real life? No, it's like these kids you can almost guarantee that 70% of them are never going to be overweight. They're never going to be health issues in terms of like what they can control. And you might be saying, why, from snowboarding? No, because they're getting like installed like these core, like they're waking up early, packing their stuff in their car, making sure they have their lunch prepared and everything, and then going snowboarding nice and early, and then getting there and the elevation. And they're gonna like, you think a kid that snowboards from the years of 5 are gonna like, I'm gonna eat this bag of hot Cheetos, like no, like they're gonna grow up to make smart decisions and stuff. So that's what I saw. I was like, if Franco comes here and snowboards, like the likelihood of wanting to mess with other things that will like interrupt the enjoyment of coming down a mountain at 50 miles per hour is going to decrease so significantly. You know what I mean? Like if a kid is 15 and he knows that in the winter he goes snowboarding with his parents, he's less likely to be like, well, I'm going to get drunk at this high school party. And you might be like, that makes no fucking sense, Jonathan. But it does, because I've been there, like I had nothing to look forward to, like on breaks and stuff besides go to Mexico. But what do I do in Mexico? Get drunk. But if it's like, okay, we have our annual retreat to the mountains where I'm gonna be less likely to get injured or do anything stupid that might take that away,
Yeah. And what ties into that is like the eating too, because it's like you have to change it at home. Like I don't want to be the type of parent that's like, we like chips, but since we know that chips are bad, they're going to be in the pantry in the highs so that Franco doesn't see them. And then Franco's going to be like, well, I want chips too, I think it starts with us not even wanting to have chips in the house and like training our brain to not go straight to chips. Like, movie night snacks, a bag of hot Cheetos. Like instead like, maybe a bag of like veggie straws, a bag of like Cheez-Its. Like even that is a little bit better than.
Or like show consequences. Like, okay, you got a bag of, I don't know, Cheez-Its, but we're going running in the morning. So
good luck, Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that there's a lot of like shifts that we need to make in our life in a way so that we can grow up to have a healthy lifestyle, not for only for us, but for Franco too.
Yeah.
That's going to be so exciting.
Yeah, I guess. So then that brings me down to my second point, which is, guys, this year I want to run a marathon. Is it a marathon? Would it be considered a marathon? Specifically, we have this really popular 10K here in Colorado. It's in Boulder, Colorado. That we've gone to quite a few
We've
times.
volunteered.
We've volunteered and been like seeing it, right? Which is called the Boulder. So 10K, 10 kilometers equals 6.3 miles, I believe. So it's such a big deal in our state, guys. And I was like, you know what? People dress up like in costumes, and then it's cool because the ending, like you end up in the middle of the CU football stadium, and everyone's cheering you on. The stadium's packed, huh? Like it's such
There's
a big
lot of
deal.
stuff going on.
I mean, Boulder's one of the healthiest. Like I'm pretty sure, like this is a fact. One of the healthy. Well, Colorado to begin with, I think, is the state with the least overweight people, and then Boulder on top of that is like the cherry. Like it's like vegan central, So, I was like, you know what? Like I want to be part of that, and I want to run a marathon this year. So that means obviously I'm not gonna train like the week before. I'm not gonna procrastinate. So it's gonna start. I've been starting it now, and on Christmas Day, me dejé caer de tamales. And there was still so many left over today, but I did not touch one, guys, because I'm actually like serious about it. So
He started today. Today starts your
well, actually, I started
journey?
like 2 days ago. But I mean, how am I not gonna do Christmas Eve? I did Christmas Day for more respect. Like your mom made all this food, and it's a lot of effort to make tamales because I helped her, and
You
I was like,
saw
damn,
her.
sometimes she does this all by herself, So I was like, I'm not gonna like despreciarle la comida, So I took Christmas Day off, but I didn't drink alcohol. I didn't, I've been going to sleep early. I've been waking up super early. Another thing I learned was you got to earn your sunrise. Like we take like waking up every day, like so like for granted. So, and I saw this guy say, you got to earn your sunrise, because sunrise is something so beautiful, just like the sunset. So now I make it a mission to leave the house before the sun is fully up, and then I love that I work out, and when I'm out, the sun's like out. So I kind of earned it. Yeah. So yeah, guys, running a marathon. Blanca and I are gonna train, but also my friend Marco. I kind of like threw him in there to get involved as well. He's my buddy. You guys have seen him in the vlogs, so we're all gonna train together. I think Danny from the vlogs, you guys seen him. I do the podcast with him. He might join in. So we're gonna make this like a big deal. If you guys live in Colorado and you're listening to this, like, come on, like, come do it with us. It would be so cool if we all ran it like together as a little like family of subscribers.
I feel like we finally like established our little circle of friends. Yeah. So I'm like, we have to start making like annual things, you know, like I want the Boulder to be like an annual. Okay, we're all training for it. Like remember that it's gonna be there. And then like even I was telling Jonathan, like I would love to run the Boston Marathon as well. Like that shit. Oh,
that's another thing. We were like, we want to like go to different like the Boston. Maybe there's one in Florida. Maybe there's one in because I saw that there's a really big tradition. It's called Leadville. It's a town here in Colorado, guys. It's actually the highest town in this whole country with a post office.
Damn.
So like that you can get actual mail, and they do 100-mile race. They pride themselves on that. Like the whole town like contributes and like, volunteers, and 100 miles, guys. So I saw that video from, I believe his name is Nick Barnes. If you guys want to go check that video out, it's like 47 minutes long, really motivating. And it's like, wow, like who knows? Maybe one day I'll do that,
That's like that's a goal for you?
No, I'm not going to say it's a goal.
I think it should be a goal.
Maybe, well, I mean, how many years is that going to take?
Por eso, but
because
at
that's
least
not something you sign up for, guys. Like, you got to get invited to these. You got to get invited to the Boston. I don't know if you knew
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah. Because if you think about it, babe, like, I was like, why didn't he, like, can't just anyone? But these events, like, they want to know that people will finish, like, in an orderly manner because it's Boston. They can't close it down for me.
True.
That might take me 2 days, Where like they're like, no, we got traffic, we got shit.
So you gotta
we know
finish
that
it.
from the fastest first place to the very last of the 100 invited. I know there's gonna be like minutes of a difference. Yeah. It's not gonna be like my fat ass walking like 2 days later,
Yeah.
So that's why they do it. Imagine the 100-mile Leadville if everyone could join.
That's
Those guys,
crazy.
it takes them 19 hours. So imagine a normal person 3 days.
Oh hell no.
So that's why they it's only invite, and it's like really prestigious if you get invited and stuff like that. So maybe one day, I hope. I'm trying to fall in love with running. I've never been an endurance type of guy. I've always been like the fastest on my soccer team, fastest in my class, but endurance is something that I want to change.
Yep. And then that brings us to Franco again, because I was telling Jonathan, there's so many traditions where, like, I watch this on movies all the time. Oh, Christmas Day, we're all going for a jog, like, around the fucking block, or like, that dad is gonna wake up and run whether you join or
Like
not.
white
Like, that's your
families have
thing.
such like whoever says like, oh, white people don't have traditions, like they're all just no, they do, guys, and they have some of the
And they're
most beautiful
healthy,
ones.
yeah. So I was telling Jonathan, I was like, like, how cool is it to be like, okay, Franco maybe is out of state in college, and then they're like, oh, bro, what are you doing for Christmas break? I was like, oh, like, first of all, we're gonna go to our annual sledding,
Yeah.
snowboarding, whatever, and then on Christmas Day, I run a couple miles with my dad in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that the freaking cutest thing that you ever think
Yeah.
about? And it's like that. It's not even because it's cute, it's aesthetic, it's vibes, but it's like that is so healthy,
Yeah.
Like, instead of him being like dreading to come home, he's so excited to come home for Christmas because he knows we have all of these ongoing traditions since he
Yeah.
was 5. So that's what I was like. We have to get into all of that and get into it now, because I'm glad that we're starting with his first year of life, because imagine we try to do it in
Yeah.
5 years and then he's like,
That's
"Girl."
another thing that like I see all these TikToks where like kids show their parents when they were young, and obviously if the TikToker is attractive, then their parents are really attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want Franco to be proud of like when he shows me, like
Mm-hmm.
not he I don't think he has yet, because of like, but I want to change physically, like I really do. And now I don't have any excuses, my hormones are balancing. I have the money to buy myself the equipment that I need. Like there's no excuse, And then I heard another thing, like a body is a reflection of like yourself, in the sense of like how much someone can count on you. It's fucked up to say, and I'm not saying that like fat people or whatever aren't dependable, aren't like don't have integrity or something like that, but it is a reflection of like how much, because if you see someone fit, a lot of people say like, oh, they're a douchebag, they're but that you can't take a pill and have abs. Like that person put in freaking hours of work, as whatever the reason might be of them being douchey, of them just trying to get chicks at the beach or whatever, but you cannot take that away from that guy.
Yeah.
That he put in the work for that. You know what I mean? So like a body is your temple, and it's a reflection that like
Yeah, and we need to start showing it a little bit more love. That's what one of my goals is to be really good at Pilates, because when I went to my Pilates class, they have like obviously like the beginner, intermediate, and then like the super advanced one. And I was like, I want to get to that point, because they were like teaching us the reformer stuff, and I'm like, girl, like how the fuck do you do actual workouts on this, So I'm excited to like get into Pilates as well, because I was telling Jonathan, I was like, this year I'm not thinking about, oh, I want a big ass, or I don't care about that. I want to be like, I want to have endurance, I want to be flexible, I want to be a skinny queen, like not in a way like, oh, like thin waist, fat ass. No, like I want to be like,
you want to use your body.
I want to be able to use my body without being tired,
Yeah.
And I feel like lifting weights is amazing, and I hope to get into that again soon, but right now that's not my passion, and it's not my, like it doesn't, no me llama la atención, like going to the gym and like struggling to fucking lift the weight. Like my thing is getting a good workout in 45 minutes and then coming home to Franco, So I'm excited to start getting into
like
that.
I love the people that like casually just like okay, today's workout consists of 6 to 7 miles. That's my light day, and they don't mean it to show off, because their heavy days are 30 plus miles. So a 6 to 7 minute mile jog or whatever is like legitimately like, and that's what I'm training for. I'm training for a marathon that's 6 miles, but to some people it's just their lifestyle. It's like,
It's just a morning jog.
yeah, like the guy I watch on YouTube, Nick Barnes. Go check him out, guys. Like he's dope. He's like, okay, when on days that I am gonna lift heavy in the afternoon, I do like a little short 1 hour run, which is 6 to 7 miles.
God damn,
The
girl.
days that are heavy or I don't lift, then yeah, I go 20 plus, but it's like normal. He's not showing off. He's not like, like it's just his lifestyle.
Yeah. I love
which
that.
is crazy. That's so cool.
I'm excited to get into our year of health and wealth.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
else?
guys, because how like you don't. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't have this. I don't like. I'm sad that I didn't get to do this. Blah blah. Blah. Then I'm like, oh shit, my son's healthy. Like, and todos los apuros se me van. I'm like, how many parents wish their kids were like healthier, didn't have this, didn't have that, and I'm complaining about something that's not regarding my son.
Exactly.
Like, no, like I'll take struggling whichever way, shape, form, as long as Franco's healthy.
Yes, me too. I agree.
So, yeah, guys, hopefully you guys want to join us in this journey. Like, just change your life around, guys. At the end of the day, it's become so norm to like, accept being overweight, accept like just love yourself. And I agree, like if you're comfortable as it is, but don't tell me that if there was a level, like a light switch, and you flipped it off or on, and it just gave you the most perfect body, like you wouldn't do it. Everyone would. So it's like, don't do it for like, it used to be like, I want to look good, I want to, no, now it's like, I want to do the splits. I want to climb up a mountain, not go up the stairs and not be like freaking tired, So, because like I said, I want to see Franco's grandkids.
I'm so excited, guys. So this year has a lot in store. Let us know what your guys' like New Year resolutions are. Because
that's the giveaway. Now you did it, babe. Okay, $50 if you guys just comment what like your New Year's resolution is. You don't have to make it long. You don't have to make it just like lose weight. Love you guys, whatever.
Yeah, like comment your like your number one top priority New Year's resolution.
Be a better mom, be a better daughter. Whatever, and just so we can all motivate each other. And maybe you share one like the same resolution, just like it, give someone else a like and just support and know that, because if you like someone else's comment and they see that little thumbs up on their comment, it makes them feel like I'm not alone. And that's what I love about this new guy that I told you, babe, David Goggins. He works out all day, every day, and he's 43. And it's like the one thing it hit me that I'm so motivated right now is that just bet your ass that no matter what fucking time it is and you're working out, I'm working out with you. Damn. And I was like, damn. Like the other day I went to the gym at 9, I think 8:30 or something like that, really late. I was like, I know David is fucking working out right now. So I'm not by myself, because you might like, you feel lonely, you feel depressed, sad, fat, whatever, but like he's there. So I think the recommendation is to like cling on to something, guys. Find, someone that you can relate to and
and start there. You got to start somewhere, so you better start there. And like Jonathan said, he's starting today, Monday, December 26th, because he's not waiting for this January.
Not 1st. Waiting to January, guys. That's all in your head.
I love
that. I'm going to wait till Monday. Monday, I'm eating like shit right now. But no, fuck that. Fuck waiting till the 1st of January. Like, I'm starting now.
Yeah. And start good habits, too, because it's like, instead of like, I ate a cookie, so fuck it, I'm just going to eat 10 cakes now. But no, like everyone says, you can have the cookie. Just make sure everything else you eat for the rest of the day is healthy, or just know there's
just give yourself a consequence. Yeah, or trick your mind, guys. That's been helping me a lot. Sometimes I'm super tired of, and it turns into like I'm just not gonna go to the gym. So you trick your mind. David Goggins taught me this. Tell yourself, like, say it out loud. I'm only gonna go to the gym. I'm just gonna do 10 minutes of cardio. You're 10 minutes in. Your body's not going to want to freaking stop. Yeah. You're going to go till 40, 45, you know? So trick your mind, Get that, get it
Reverse psychology yourself.
Reverse psychology yourself.
Learn your language.
Like, I'm just going to go to the gym to stretch. That's literally it. And then once you're there, like, you're there and your body's going to want to, like, it just fires up,
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We just want to say thank you for all your support this year, guys, for like putting up with our bullshit, honestly. We changed scenery how many freaking times?
Yeah, guys, you guys are the best. This little Spill the Beans family is unique, and we're so
thankful. Yeah, thank you for just like following us, listening to our opinions, our advice, just everything. Honestly, like we literally always say, and we will never take for granted, is that we would not be here without you guys, without that one person watching our vlog or our vlogs or our podcast at 6 a.m. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and you make our life amazing. So.
And you don't go unnoticed, guys. I've grown to I recognize everyone at 6 a.m. that comments every single week or that mentions our stories or whatever on Instagram. Like, you have grown to be familiar to us, and that's so dope. Like, I can count on such and such. You know what? I'm gonna give her a shout out. I can count on this girl right here. She always, no matter what, shares. Marisa in her 40s is her username. Thank you, Marisa. I can always look at this. It's not refreshing. My Wi-Fi sucks. I can always count on her to post our podcast in the mornings, and you do not go unnoticed. Okay, we love every single one of you.
thank you guys so much for an amazing year. And we're so excited to be with you guys for another year of 2023 and another year of endless possibilities and endless advice and shit we're gonna go through. So thank you for an amazing 2022. And is that it for today, babe?
Yeah, guys.
Until next year.
See you next
See
year.
you next year in 6 days.
Later.